everybody. So we're heading into the new shop for the first actual work day in the new space. We spent about the last 2 weeks, really 10 days of work, day and night, getting the new place set up. So we had to get the dust collection set up. We had to get the electric done, which we had no outlets in 2,400 square feet. Well, one outlet. So that's what we were working with, and I'm super pumped to show you guys the new space. When you first walk into the new shop is going to be something a little bit different for StreamWalker. We have partnered up with a good buddy of mine whose name is Bill Banzer. He is a sign guy by trade. So what he can do is anything from vinyl wraps to old school wooden carved signs, even some really cool stuff like he can do old school pinstriping on hot rods, motorcycles, whatever else you want to stick that kind of thing on. So that's some really cool stuff. He's also an artist and has a lot of great talents that are going to bring a lot to the table for StreamWalker. So that means pretty much that we will have a full graphics division right here at StreamWalker now to get you guys covered. You want to put a wrap on your drift boat, you want some banners, you want some stickers, you want any of that kind of stuff, we can do that right here in-house now. So that's super cool, something to look forward to within the next couple of weeks. We just got the first shipment of all the cool new machines. We got this big bad boy, which is a 54-inch HP vinyl printer. We also got the corresponding cutter and laminator to go with it, so we'll have all of those possibilities right here in the shop. So it's going to be super cool. Keep us in mind for anything that you might need in that realm, and we'll go from there. All set up and running. We'll do another little tour to show you all the super cool stuff that we can do in here. Let's go check out my favorite part, the new StreamWalker wood shop. Since we moved out of the old shop, and as you can see, we've been hard at work. We've been putting everything together in here, getting it up and running so that we can get back to work. So we're super pumped to bring you StreamWalker Nets 2.0. Now finally, let's take a look around the new StreamWalker woodshop. I had an absolute blast putting this shop together. Glory, and that old flag hung over my father's property where I grew up. Holy Angels Net Cemetery. You send us your crappy old nets or bring them in when you get your new StreamWalker and we'll hang it on the wall. Moving on from the net cemetery, we got this little section here, which is pretty much just a open space right now. It'll probably have a miter station here at some point. We're still working on a lot of the electrical stuff, so you'll see that a lot of the electrician stuff is still hanging around here. But that's what we got going on over here. Somewhere to put the nets and my old first banner I ever got. Of course, a little love for Jenny. You gotta have that. Rochester beer. And smack in the middle of the shop, we got every shop's heartbeat. You know, we got that. I do plan to put a big work table right here, just a big, you know, big bench behind the table, nice outfeed size. So that'll be about 8 feet long. Give me plenty of room to work on things and just tinker around right there. It's currently still going to be a work in progress space. I got some of my finishing products here, some of that stuff. Most of my drills and things are hanging out here. We got the spindle sander lined up. We got the jointer over here. Everything's piped into this handy little dust collection system. Down here, we have the sander, the planer, and my favorite, my bandsaw. That little section there, we got some cool art that my brother did. He can take your photographs and he will hand draw them in these awesome renditions. Adds a little bit of spice to whatever you got. Some old hoops here, a bunch of the handle cutouts, things like that. That's the net right there that started it all. That's the first one we built when I needed a steelhead net. That's what began this whole thing. A little bit more painted art up there, some photographs. And that's another thing. You see this whole huge wall back here? I have a lot of wall space in here, and I would love to put up some cool art. So if you got some cool looking stuff, some fishy things that you think would look cool on the walls in our new shop, by all means send them in. We'll throw them up on our walls. We actually are working with a few right now that we're going to get started with and get set up there. So we're going to work on it and get that wall covered. Around to this little back section here. We got the dust collection here. We just finally got it all wired up, stood up and standing. She's ready to go. At that point, we get into this little back section here, which is basically unfinished completely yet. But when I get the time, what I'm gonna do is just close that off, build a wall, and that's gonna be just a finishing booth. So it'll be a place that's completely dust-free, so I can put the finishes on the nets or whatever else we happen to build, and just basically without any of that darn wood dust in there. Clamping and gluing there, but we got some good room to work with back here. There's a pretty cool view of the shop from back here too. The whole system here, the main system, is going to be the Grizzly 2 horsepower Cyclone. Decided to run the whole thing in PVC, which yes, it is grounded out. We do have copper wire and metal screws on each joint, so that we can get from each joint. We'll ground it out so that all the static created in the plastic PVC tubing will be grounded out all the way down into the ground here. The first Y brings us into this little section here, which feeds the drum sander, the planer, and my bandsaw. The biggest dust culprits in the shop are they make the most mess, so we put those as close as we could to the system. From there, we run down to the main branch here, and this lower branch is going to be what feeds down into my jointer. I'm going to have a floor sweep down on the ground there, and of course these just makes fine dust, so it'll be nice to suck that up. Here comes right down. I got it split so I can have the main dust collection for the table saw, and then I'm going to be building a overarm dust collector that'll set up right over the blade to catch any of that fine particulate that shoots out of there. And from there, we can just run this little extension for when we figure out where exactly the miter station is going to be. Where all my router tables for each of the routers. Got my backup table saw that I can't throw away because I'm a little attached to it. That old rigid saw came from Home Depot and probably cut more wood than any rigid saw ever expected to.